India is going to grow in a very tremendous pace. Like a lot of people are there, lot of young people are there. What earlier took 6 months, we are trying to deploy it in 2 weeks. Only 20% of people who apply for a job will have these certifications. So this is like a eligibility thing. Unless you try to fit into multiple different environments, you won't. Otherwise maybe you won't find which is your right field.
Onboard presents 0 to 1 podcast. It's been quite a long break since we have released episodes, and now we are back with much more punch. And now with me we have Mr. Edwin. There is this gap in finding jobs for freshers. There are some things that a person or a fresher can do which can increase the chances of getting a job.
Yes, absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on that?
So the job market is very dynamic.
Yeah.
You cannot predict when the market will go up or go down. Nonetheless, there are some things that a student can do on his own. So I think it's best to always focus on that. So the first thing is to identify what your strengths are and then lean onto it. Which means like even if you are somebody who is interested in arts, don't think that it is not useful. Just lean onto it, because when it comes to doing things in a company or a team or anything, every kind of skills are useful. So if you have a skill, you have to trust yourself. Now another thing is, while you do that, also do not ignore your responsibilities, because if you do that, then that might be the block in your life. Even if you are doing something very well in another part of your life, if you ignore certain things in your life, then that is going to be a problem later. So the idea is to have a holistic development of your skills and your outlook on how you see the world. It's to build a positive approach, because in times of uncertainty, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of chaos. You might end up with a lot of rejections. So it is very important that you build a positive outlook to things. Believe in yourself, focus on your skills, everything, and reach out to people, which is what I like about you guys. You reach out a lot, and you drive through and you do things, right?
Yes.
Which is the right attitude, I feel.
Right. Thank you so much. You know, as you just told, we have to look in each sectors of our life, right? So I just want to ask, like, consider it just as a professional thing. Is it good to be a generalist or a special, or should we go with specialization? Which one is the better?
So I think this is my opinion.
Okay.
But I feel like we don't have to focus on the areas itself. So the areas, so there is something, I feel like we should focus on the human part, right? So if I'm somebody who is interested in exploring things, I don't have to just focus on tech, right? I should only explore the tech part of things, right? If you feel like you want to explore the human part, if you want to explore the social part, all those things, like you do that. So the main thing is to develop this innate skill that you have. It's not in a particular field or anything, it's an innate skill. So what I feel is, somebody who is good with logic and somebody who is good with seeing different possibilities, they can be a good programmer. Maybe they can also do something mechanical. They can also help in a creative endeavor. Maybe they can fix some props for a team, right? So the same person can do it with minimal coaching. So the thing is, like, you are applying your same skill there itself. Now if you are applying this skill in technology, maybe it might not excite you. Depends. For some people it might excite. Now if you apply the same skill in a different place, maybe then you will find out, oh man, it works, it is clicking, right? So it's like two pieces, jigsaw pieces. So you yourself is a jigsaw piece. You try to see that if you
Yes, try to fit in that.
yeah. So you are using your same so a jigsaw piece has some attachments that you try to fit in, right? So consider these attachments as the outlook and the natural skill that you have, and then you try to attach yourself. So unless you are open to try to fit into multiple different environments, you won't, otherwise maybe you won't find which is your right field, right?
So how to like how can I find the right one, or which one excites me? How do I find it?
So I'll just go back to my college days, right? So when I was doing my MTech, I did my MTech in microwave engineering. Now I wouldn't say that I am the reason that I took MTech in microwave engineering is not because I am a genius microwave technology. It's a very complex subject. Maybe for some people it is more intuitive. For me, it's not very intuitive, but it is kind of interesting. Now the same, but what happened is the placements came, and then I was recruited by Cisco, and Cisco is a really good opportunity, right? Now I didn't even know much about networking other than the networking subject that we studied in engineering. I learned about networking after joining Cisco. Now I can see a lot of possibilities within Cisco. So as a fresher, I think the main thing is like we don't know what lies ahead, right? So maybe we will think, oh, I will go into this domain or something. But I don't know. I think most people resonate with this. Like they do not know which field is the better one for them. So I will say, just if you find an opportunity, like if you have maybe 2 or 3 opportunities, go through the best one. If you get one opportunity, go through that, right? And don't be afraid to search for opportunities again. And when you get into a place, don't just restrict yourselves to the job role that you have. See what is happening there, and maybe try to talk to other people in the company, right? And see if they have something which interests you, right? And if they have something, then offer your help. Or if you see something new or interesting, or maybe it's not interesting, like because you don't know what that is, right? If you see that, just offer to help, right? So when you start helping, then you will understand, oh, this doesn't work for me. Then you don't have to do that. But if you feel that, okay, there is something here that I can do better, then maybe you can focus on that, and maybe others will also see that you are contributing well in that domain, and then maybe other opportunities will open up, right? So as a fresher, I feel like you should be open to opportunities rather than fix yourself in a path.
Speaking about this career thing, I want to like dissect how a network engineer's life looks like. So what all skills that you have acquired. So could you just drive me through your day?
Yeah, sure. So my job role is consulting engineer. So consulting is a customer facing role. So basically the type of work that I do is deploying networks, and some customers, they need some help in maintaining the networks or upgrading the networks. So we do that as well, right? So it is 2 things. We deploy a network or we maintain the network. Now my team is data center. So I think it is a bit more relevant to the current ages because a lot of data centers are coming up. So we work with a lot of multinational companies to do these deployment of data centers and maintenance of data centers. So when I joined Cisco, we use a proprietary technology. We mainly work on proprietary technology called Cisco ACI. So that was built on an open source technology called VXLAN. Now, what I found interesting about Cisco, or maybe you can also call it a challenge, is Like we are during engineering, we have an idea of how the world of tech is, right?
Yes.
Like we learn about electronics,
Yes.
we learn about programming, right?
Right.
So we think, okay, that's it about tech.
Yes.
It's all hardware and software. But this part, this networking part, I thought it was very easy. I mean, we are just connecting computers, right?
Yes.
But then I got into this job, and then I realized that there's a invisible fabric underneath it all. And the kind of technologies and protocols, the stacks they have built up, it is very incredible, and the amount of theory that is there, it's very huge.
Okay.
Right. So I will call myself a junior engineer, even if I have 4 years of experience, right? Maybe 2 years back, if you did this podcast, I will be kind of blank, because it's constant. It's a lot of theory, and you feel like you haven't
Figured it out.
figured it out.
Yeah.
So right now I feel like I have some idea. Maybe I can talk about it. So data centers, it's a hot topic these days because of AI, which is why I'm a little bit excited. Now, one big change that has come to my line of work is, earlier how it went is, we used to do these projects in a timeline of months. Maybe it takes some months, 3 months, 6 months. 3 months is short, 6 months is normal, maybe it will take 1 year. But now the focus has turned to automation. It's not AI, it's automation. So when you deploy a data center for a company, a lot of things are the same. Now the important part is to get the requirements of the customer. So once you get the requirements of the customer, most of the things are still the same, because if you are deploying a data center for a bank, if you deploy for this bank, then a lot of requirements, even if you deploy for a different bank, it's also going to be the same, right? But the issue that we faced is, we used to build everything from scratch, right? If we had to build certain documents, the plan.
So it takes much more time.
Yeah, it used to take a lot of time. But now the focus has shifted to automation. It's not AI, it's automation.
Got it.
Which means all of these are templatized, and what earlier took 6 months, we are trying to deploy it in maybe 2 weeks.
Oh, that's a huge difference.
Yes.
We have AI, we have automation. So how should that person evolve?
In a network engineer perspective.
Yes, right.
Okay. So this is again just my perspective, like from what I understood. So I think again you have to be open to learning. So it is very easy to say, but when you have worked for a lot of years and you have gained a lot of expertise in something, it will be a little bit tough to adopt new technologies, right? But
Because we'll be used to that.
yeah. So, but we have to shift that mindset, because everything is evolving so fast. So, if a person they want to join Cisco, first of all, I will say that you need to get those certifications and stuff, because again, these things will set you apart. Maybe only 20% of people who apply for a job will have these certifications. So it's very easy to filter the first 80%, right? So you just ignore them and then only
Concentrate on that 20.
Yeah. So this is like a eligibility thing, right? So once you get that, again, it's not talking about your skill level, right? This certification is just a ticket.
Yeah,
Right. So I will say this is the first suggestion from my side. The next suggestion is to read books. So everything is kind of interesting. Every kind of technology is interesting, right? If you are somebody who is interested in systems, logic, and all these things, every kind of technology is interesting. The reason some technology may not feel interesting is because you don't have enough exposure to it. So there are certain books which are written by really good authors. So get those books and read them, and you will see that they have written those things very passionately, in a very good, exciting manner, right? And when you read that, you will also feel that excitement, and then you will also
Try to learn
get
that. Yep.
understanding, right? You'll build some passion for that. So this is the foundation.
Yes.
And then comes the automation part. So there are some really amazing tools, I think underrated tools, called Terraform, Ansible. These are tools which helps you to automate any kind of technological infrastructure deployment. So if you want to deploy a cloud system, you want to deploy a lot of VMs, if you know this Terraform and Ansible, you can do it very fast, right? Now we are using this Terraform and Ansible to deploy data centers, right? So that is what is helping us to do something which earlier took 6 months.
Now it took
in
2
just
weeks.
two
Yeah.
weeks.
Awesome. As you have mentioned, your experience working in Cisco, you talked about maintaining relationships. So I wish to talk about how to network among people, how to network people and find opportunities, and just upskill ourselves. So what is your approach on networking with people?
Networking people, okay. So how I see people is everybody is like you.
Yes.
They have their own problems, they have their own ways of living life, right? It doesn't matter how old they are, how young they are still humans, right? Yeah. So when you meet somebody, maybe they might interact with you in a negative manner initially,
right?
But I mean, imagine if somebody that you're talking to, you just asked him for a small help, right? And then he just snaps at you and says, "Oh, I can't help you," right? You won't feel good, right? That is natural. But then what if you also understood the context behind it? Maybe somebody close to him, maybe his grandfather or something, some grandma or something died, right? If you got that context, then you won't feel that anger, right? So I think if that kind of an attitude can help when you're networking with people. So yeah, so this approach is what I take to networking. How I consider every person, they have some kind of potential. So if you talk to them, they may have some aspirations.
So you just directly go for them and ask them, or what's your approach?
So normally I'm not somebody who goes for networking, right? So I go for certain events. Right, I go for some events because I feel there is some kind of value.
You'll get something from there.
Yeah, from there. When I go for those events, then I meet some people. I'm not going to meet people. Okay. And then you meet these people, then you talk to them, and then you realize, oh, this person he has some kind of interesting idea, right? So that's how I do my networking. Yeah. So last month there was I have the contact of Musa Meher, who is one of the founders of Tinger Hub Space. Okay. Yeah, and he just so I just saw his status on WhatsApp. I have his contact. I saw his status on WhatsApp, and he said there's a meetup. Okay. And then I'm like, oh, this is too fast, right? The meetup is today, and I saw the status today. So I'm like, okay. The thing is, I'm very interested in Tinger Hub and what they do. So I wanted to go. So initially, I just sent a message to her saying that I want to come, but I cannot come, right? Okay. But then at the end of the day, when my job time was done, thought the meetup is at 8 p.m. I mean, there is a small challenge. Like I have to go through the traffic and reach the center of Bangalore. The meetup was in Church Street, okay, around 10 kilometers. But still I thought, okay, I'm not doing anything when I come home. I come home, then I do something, right? It's not that important. But this meetup, it may not happen every time. So why don't I go there, right? I feel like there is something of much value there.
Yeah.
And if I don't go there, I'll probably miss out on something, right? Yeah. apparently this was not a planned event, right? They were just coming to Bangalore, and Meher just put this status. This was the only invitation. There was no other invitation. I thought this was something that was planned or something, but this was the only invitation. I went there. There were a lot of people, and all of them came there after seeing the status, right? And all these people, everybody had something interesting, right? And I met a lot of people there. I have a lot of contacts now. I am interested in something called this Myers-Briggs type indicator, which is personality theory. It's not a very scientific theory, but I feel it helps.
What does it do?
So it's basically, I mentioned that everybody has their own way of doing things. They have their own experiences, right? So I feel this MBTI theory helps me to understand how people operate. After going through this theory, I kind of understood that there are different kinds of people. They have different ways of taking in information. They have different ways of doing things, right? Taking decisions. So when you know that, this is kind of akin to knowing the context behind somebody. So, I told you about the grandfather example, right? Now, if you see somebody and they lost a job, right? But if you don't know that they lost a job, then you don't know why they are in a bad mood.
Yes, right.
But if you know that they lost a job, then you
wouldn't ask it in the first place. You wouldn't ask.
Yeah, you will interact in a
different manner.
Will try to make them feel better, right? So this is the same thing that I got from this MBTI. I got into this in college.
Yes.
I had a very hard time understanding people. I was, I think I thought I have to do a lot of hard work, right? At that point, it's always like you have to get good marks, and then you have to get into the good college, right? You have to get into IIT. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
right.
But then I got into CUSAT. I wanted to get into IIT, right? So I thought, okay, now I didn't get IIT, so then I will just focus on studies, right? But then I kind of realized that just focusing on increasing my marks, it is putting a lot of stress on me. So I wanted to understand more about how to make my mental
Health.
mental outlook. So basically, it's the way that I'm operating in the world. So for example, like if somebody asks me, let's go play a game, right? But I'm like, no, I need to study, I need to get full marks, right? But then I'm like, what's the point, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, you get full marks, but then what's the point in getting full marks? So so that's when I got into this MBTI, and it's very rare to find people. I think people are there who do the test. There's a very popular test called 16 personalities. People do that test, but beyond that, they don't go into the theory.
We'll talk back to that engineer perspective.
Okay.
You have talked about how your day looks like. I want to know, like, we need to upskill ourselves to become relevant in any industry. So how do you find time in upskilling yourself? After the job, how do you get that time?
I think again it's interest, right? Yes. So if you have interest in something, then the time will automatically come. Right. Yes. So that's why I'm kind of recommending that don't ignore things that you're interested in. Yes. Right. So regarding time, so how much hours do you work? Like 8 hours, right? Yes. If you're working in tech, it's not a job that requires you to constantly do work, right? It's something that requires you to use your brains. Maybe in a day, you only have to do work for 4-5 hours, like focused work.
Okay.
Right. I'm not saying that you do that in one flow.
One stretch.
And there will be some breaks and all, right? Okay, so 8 hours, let's say 8 hours. And then you come back. There are some time. It's like when you are in school or college, you attend the classes, right? Yes. You cannot look at your mobile or anything. But then you go back, and then there are students who work on something extra.
Yes, right.
You have experience
with
people like that, or you yourself do that, right? Same thing. the only difference I feel in with work is you have money. In college you don't have money.
Yes. Right.
So you don't have any resources to do anything on your own. If you want to program, right, you will have to do with your own clunky laptop, right? But then if you have money, then you can buy a MacBook, right? Just buy it and then you do it, right? So that kind of makes it more enjoyable, to be honest, right? I think
The friction is reduced.
yeah. So I think it's not a big problem. If you're a college student and you get a job, it will be even better than when you were a college student to focus on what you're interested in.
So next I would like to ask, like, what all are the technical qualities, like what all programming languages or all those sort of technical things should a person know in order to get into a network engineering?
Network engineering.
Yeah,
Okay.
the technical ones.
So the main thing is the certification. Like the certifications are like a base.
Okay.
So
Certifications in?
certifications. So I'm working in Cisco, and Cisco certifications are considered to be relevant.
Yeah, you get a better upper hand, right?
I mean, yeah, sure. You can say it's an upper hand. It's a industry recognized
Okay.
certification. So it's like getting in cloud. You can get a AWS certification, right?
Okay.
It's given out by Amazon, but it's recognized everywhere. So Cisco is also like that. So if you get a CCNA, then CCNA is the basic certification. So then you will know the basics of networking. Yeah. So once you have that, then there are specializations. Like I'm working in data center, and some people they are working in enterprise networking. Some people are working in service providers for Jio, Airtel, all the service providers. So there are specialized certifications in all these domains. So in my domain it is CCNP, DC.
So
Right,
those sort
that
of
is the
certifications.
So you get that, but that is recommended only once you get into that job. So CCNA is the base certification that you need to get. Now, in the certification, the kind of technology that they're discussing is mainly the OSI stack. So there's a 7-layer stack which encapsulates the entire network technology. So
Apart from the role of network engineer, what all other things or other sectors, in which one do you find the most excitement?
okay, so what I feel most exciting is how things evolve. So even if you are in network engineering, there are a lot of changes coming in, and I find some kind of fun in trying to make sense of what's coming next.
Okay.
Right. So which is why right now as a network engineer I am more focused on this automation part, and I feel if I'm able to skill up more, if I'm able to learn these Terraform, Ansible deployment, digitalized deployment, if I do this, then there is more opportunities, right? More potential things, because again the world that we are living in is in a very dynamic form. We don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of things coming up, right? So if I know this, then maybe I will find somebody who is again maybe working in a similar space. Then I will say, okay, I can help, right? I'm also interested. Maybe that is the path that is for me, right? So this is what I'm excited in.
So you talked about a lot of things. You talked about how networking engineering and all the perspectives. So what all advices would you like to tell, or is there anything that you like to add up to this podcast to make this podcast valuable to the students, the freshers and all?
So I think I have already mentioned a lot of things, like if you are interested in network engineering, the path that you have to take, right? You take the certifications.
Yes, certifications and all that.
Everything, right? But now I'll talk about something that I feel is going to make sense in a few years or the coming decade, right? So I'll just give a small context. So the context is right now, if you look at the world, or if you look at India's position in the world right now, India is a big, very huge country, right? And we are not economically developed, right? But we have 140 plus crore population. Everybody who is aspiring to something better, to better life,
Yes.
right? And the magic what would you say, the magic portion that India has is the demographic dividend. So so what I mean by demographic dividend is the amount of youngsters in India is more than the amount of old people and
Combined.
and the children.
Okay.
Yeah, the amount of youngsters is more now. The working class population is more, and this what would I say? This amount of youngsters being more than this condition, right? It will, according to the models, population models, it will be there for 50 years, right? Now, in other countries, most of the countries the population is getting old, right? Even in places like China, population is getting old. There are only a handful of countries right now. In Africa, if you look at the amount of the children, people who cannot work, right? Their number is a lot higher, right? They will only hit this unique condition where the working population is large, around 2050 or something. I don't know, maybe even beyond that.
Okay.
But for India, it has just hit.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I'm excited about this is this is from a YouTube channel that I follow. It's an economic analysis YouTube channel, and I feel this is something very interesting. The reason I am excited is because if you look at China, they hit this point in 1990, around 1990, like 30 years ago. At that point, India and China, they were around the same level of development, right? And then you know what happened. Like right now, China has
Surpassed.
just gone up, and they're still going. And China is at the end, almost at the end of that stage. So India has just hit that.
Begun. Yep.
Yeah, and which means doesn't matter like politics or whatever, right? India is going to grow in a very tremendous pace. Like lot of people are there, lot of young people are there. Nobody is content with what we have right now. Everybody wants to have a better living standard, right? The next thing that I would like to focus is the AI agent part. I'm not sure if this is hype, but the reason that I am interested in this is because the way that we do work right now, most of the work is very monotonous, periodic, not interesting in itself, right? Maybe
It's more repetitive.
yeah, it's more repetitive. It's boring, right? You're working for a company, and then you're not doing something that you want to do. It's like you have big clients, and then you have to set up some documents, then you have to set up a design, right? You have to go into maybe the technical challenges are it may not be even mentally stimulating, right? Because you might be doing the same thing, right? Now, what I feel about AI agents is right now we are using LLMs. LLMs, the problem is they can hallucinate. They're kind of good right now. They're kind of good. But AI agents is what LLMs become when you give them structure, right? So you create an AI agent. How do you create an AI agent? You train it using specialized data, right? And then you put a lot of limitations, and then you say this is the workflow, right? You create an AI agent, and then that AI agent can take care of workflows for you, right? For example, if I need to create a design document for a client, so I will talk to the client, I will get their requirements. That is human to human interaction. I get the requirements, put it in an Excel sheet, right? And then I give that Excel sheet to this agent. The agent is not just an LLM. it is a mix of automation and AI, right? It's not just AI, it's automation and AI. So the tools that I talked about, Ansible, Terraform, all these things, and LLMs, these things are getting combined, right? So not just Ansible, Terraform, there are multiple different things, right? So if I give all these details to this to this agent, it can create a document by itself. Okay. It's very fast, right? So with this technology, we can actually implement proper democracy. Like everybody will have the ability to do things, right? A single person can take care of the tarring of 10 kilometers stretch with just machines and software, right? So I think this will. So how can we transition to such an age, right? How can we become that good transition to that age? That is something that I'm very much interested, right? So I'm an optimist, right? Again, I won't say maybe this is going to happen in 10 years or 15 years or something. Maybe in the run up to that, a lot of problems might crop up, right? But I think this AI agents, learning how to create AI agents, learning how to make better AI agents, right? So maybe if you know how to make an AI agent, and you can approach startup founders or businesses and ask what is a problem that you have, right? I'll see if I can solve it, right? And then you maybe create an AI agent and give it to them. Maybe it solves it.
Yeah, done.
Right. So which is why I'm a little bit interested in AI agents, and my dream is to live in a country where rather than AI taking our jobs and I don't know, only factories and rich people living the good life, everybody is getting the benefit of this technology. Yeah. So till now, no other country in the world. I mean, maybe they benefited from the computers, automated factories and these things. But right now, I think only India is poised, or maybe Mexico is, right? If we play our cards right, we can reach there. Like it's not just developed, right? Europe, they say that they are developed. Yes. They are not looking higher than that, right? They don't have. I feel like they are not looking for
striving for that.
Yeah, they say that we are really great right now. We have reached a level of development. I mean, that is fine. They have reached a level of development and they are doing a lot of good things. But I feel like there is a level above that, right? And then that we can reach. There is a big potential, is what I feel.
So it was a beautiful talk, because we started from your college days, and we transitioned to your work, and you talked about all the qualities that a candidate should have, or the skill set that should have. How you made this routines to charge yourself, to make yourself a better person. So it was totally a worthwhile talk. So thank you so much,